Watcher, I'm Ian, this is Essential Handyman. Welcome back to the channel. So over the last few days, weather's turned nice and I've been pottering around in the house and doing as much as I can in the garden, trying to get it ready for the summer. I realised that one of the jobs I need to do is put up a new washing line. So I thought, rather than just doing that, there's got to be some of you out there that don't know how to do that or would benefit from being shown how to do it. So I'm going to do that now. The one I want to show you just starts on the brickwork by my conservatory there, goes down the garden and it connects onto a post which is down here by this plant here. Okay, the stuff you're going to need to put up one of these washing lines is one of these. You can buy these from your local box store. I got this from B&Q. This is, always get one longer than you need. I needed one that was 15 meters long. This one is not less than 19.5 meters. You need some sort of post. Now if you've got a concrete post, you can attach your eyelet to it, but I put in one of these scaffold posts. This has probably been in at least 15 years. Bought this 10-20 pounds, something like that. What I did, what you'll need to do, you'll need to dig a hole. I've got about 2 foot 24 inches, so 600 millimeters buried into the ground down here, and then concrete it in. Then I've drilled a hole at the top for the eyelet. If you're doing this, you start off with a small metal bit, the smallest one you've got, drill all the way through, and then you just keep increasing the diameter. And your bolt can go through, stick a nut on the back, and that will be secure. Word to the wise, get this as high as you can. The higher your post, the more your clothes will be elevated, the better they'll dry. Whoops. Say hello to my little army man down there. Tension! And so at this end, I've just got a hook which I bolted into the wall, and it's got one of these cable pulleys that just goes on there, all the way down to one of these doodads. No idea what these are called, but you wrap your sort of figure eight around them. Very simple. All of this stuff can be bought at a big box store. Now when you install these poles, you need to give the concrete at least 2 or 3 days to cure properly. Otherwise what will happen is you'll put your wire onto the pole, you'll tension it by pulling, and it will pull the post over and it won't be horizontal anymore. So make sure you give your post a couple of days to cure. Next thing you need to do is get your wire and tie it to your eyelet, connect it to the actual post. So what I tend to do is I get my wire like this, I fold it over, leave myself about 9 inches, something like that. You can always cut a little bit off, it's no problem. Fold it over, so let me get this in camera, like this. Fold it over itself, bring it back round and put it through that hole here. So you are creating one loop, just a loop like this. Put it through, put it tight. You've got one loop. Now the reason I like doing this, because it's really easy to take this wire on and off of your post, because really you don't want this out in winter. It gets all nasty and dirty. You want to take it down in the winter when you're not using it. Once you've got your loop like this, all you want to do is feed it down through one side of the eyelet. Then take your long length, feed it through here and pull it, and the whole length needs to go through. So I'm going to be pulling 19 or so meters of this through here. This is all going to come through. And that'll come through, and then what you do is you push this up here, then this will pull through on there, and it will create a loop there that won't be able to come undone. But in the winter you'll just be able to reverse this, put it there, pull this through, all 19 meters of it again, and you can take your washing line off for the winter. and that's important because you don't want to leave them out all winter long. That's a much easier way of doing it than tying knots here, because this stuff is a nightmare to get open when it's been in situ for a while. Okay, so for me, I put this behind the downpipe, I put it through the pulley, just breaks up all the slack. Well, that's nice and taut. And we pull this fairly taut, get it as high as we want, and then wrap it around this doodad. I tend to use a figure of 8 arrangement. Coming down, go over this half a dozen times, coming around the back, and then finishing off, just going round and around. You can cut this off, but I recommend you leave it long, as long as it's not too bad, because if you get any snappages, like it snaps at the other end, you've always got this longer bit. You can extend it out a little bit. You don't have to buy another one. They're not much money, these, £10, something like that. Just getting near the end, I slip it behind. Last one, and I'll use that for tying off. Okay, hopefully you can see that now. You can see the washing line comes down here. Goes all the way down to the end. One last bit of advice: when you put your clothes on the washing line, it will sag down. You don't want it sagging down. You want it up as high as you can to let the breeze get to it. So get yourself one of these extendable washing poles. It will sag down, and you can stick this up. And elevate it into the air again. If you've got a long bamboo pole, we've got one of those that's sort of 10-12 foot. Bamboo poles are the best things for it. Cut a little V out the end and it's brilliant. Now these washing poles are really good, but if you get the plastic ones, they're quite brittle. Now that's what's happened here. The plastic has broken off both ends. It used to be quite a V up here, you know, 1 inch long. So that's another job I've got to do, maybe this weekend or when I get a bit of time. Just going to take this plastic out. I'm going to form a little bit of timber and I'm going to create a new V and stick that in there. So maybe that's a video I'll show you, because if you've got one of these, you're probably going to suffer the same fate after a couple of seasons. And now my main washing line is down at the bottom of the garden, but I have a secondary overflow washing line, which is one of these ones here. So this has got 2 clips that pull out. You literally fix this washing line onto your wall, put a couple of clips elsewhere, and this is a really handy secondary washing line. Let me just quickly show you this, because some people may want one of these, and if you do, I'll put an affiliate link down in the description box. With regards to affiliate links, please do me a favour. If when you click on one of my affiliate links, it no longer directs you to the product that you want to be directed to, because Amazon change the links all the time, just leave a comment down below and I will get you a new link from Amazon where you can go and buy the product you want. I'll do the dog work for you. I'll get the best one for you there. Right, let me show you this. Okay, this one is made by Minky. It's got 4 screws that go onto the wall, a couple of bolts that slide onto the back, and that's how you put it on. It's fixed, but these things pull out. They pull out and they go all the way across here. So this is my like little yard area. So they'll go all the way over to here, and I clip these onto just one of those up there. which gives me a nice washing line. The secondary one goes all the way over here. Now, so what will happen here is, this is quite loose, so if you get one of these washing lines, what I advise you do is pull out a little bit, just pull a little bit of slack, wrap it around. You need a little bit more, wrap it around, and then that won't move. Then you'll have hold on, here we are. The problems with trying to record live. Wrap it around, it's got to be quite tight, then that won't go anywhere. Right, let me try that again, because it wasn't quite tight enough. You want to give yourself just a little bit of slack. Wrap it around, it's got to be tight there. There we go, and then that will give you a little bit of slack, and you can put some more washing on your line there. See, secondary washing line. So there you go. Hopefully that saved you a few quid. You don't have to get a builder in to do it yourself. You know, for 3 figures, you can crack on. You can put your own washing line up. Bob's your uncle. You're learning something, aren't you? We're all learning something together here. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button. Less than 1%, or about 1% of my viewership is actually subscribers, so it doesn't cost you a penny, but it does me a solid. Hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, even if it's to say where you're from. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.